Hello, this is Dr. Victoria Scrivo speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. And I want to talk to you today about the astrology and Kabbalah of Marianne Williamson. She has just recently announced an exploratory committee to run for the President of the United States in the 2020 election. She is going to be running as a Democrat. Marianne Williamson is a best-selling author since the 90s, and she has been an advocate for the poor. She is an advocate for reparations for slavery. She's an advocate. She was an advocate for, or still is, an advocate for AIDS back in the days when nobody was an advocate for AIDS. Her books include her first book of 1992, A Return to Love, 1993, A Woman's Worth, 1993, Illuminata, A Return to Prayer, 2004, The Gift of Change, 2010, A Course in Weight Loss, 2011, A Year of Miracles, 2012, The Law of Divine Compassion, 2016, Tears to Triumph, The Spiritual Journey from Suffering to Enlightenment. And so this woman has been working with this energy of love and enlightenment and spirituality her whole career. And she is really quite a powerful and intelligent and loving soul. So let's look at her numbers and see how they reflect not only in her choice to be president, perhaps, why she's chosen to do it, and the type of work that she does. So we're going to look at her full name. She was born Marianne Deborah Williamson, and as I've said previously, your name is the vibration that you come in on. If we are to take the vowels in her name and separate them out, we get something called her soul vibration. And the soul vibration is the inner feminine part of self. It is the part that is oftentimes not seen. But in the case of women, we generally do get a feeling for this. And her soul vibration is actually a 53/8 vibration. And this is the vibration of that. This is the Knight of Swords. And so this is somebody who is a warrior. She has a warrior nature. She is a woman of action. Okay, so, she acted at a time when nobody acted around AIDS, right? She sort of ran in full steam and did work for that. So this is somebody who doesn't just sit back and suppose what they're going to do. At the core of who she is action-oriented. Now, this is a vibration where it is an 8 vibration, 53/8 vibration, and the 8 is about as you sow, so shall you reap. So she understands the law of karma. I have a sister, had a sister actually, she passed. But she had this soul vibration, and boy, was she tough cookie. She was a beautiful, you looked at her, you're like, oh, she's such a beautiful little thing, look at her, she's so sweet, and she was, all those things. But boy, oh boy, you did not want to cross this woman. And so she was very loving. And why? Because this is located on the Tree of Life, is located in Tiphereth, in the heart chakra, okay? Tiphereth, so she has her soul in her heart chakra. And so these people are very loving. They have very loving souls, but this is somebody who's willing to fight the good fight. And so we see that in Marianne. Now, if we look at her outer personality vibration, that's when we add up her consonants. We actually get an 85 vibration. And I only use the numbers up to 78, so I have to reduce that, and we get a 13/4 vibration. And so the 13/4 is, first of all, it's a Scorpio vibration, and it is the death card. And so it's about letting go. And a lot of her books are kind of about letting go, letting God, that kind of thing. And I'm just going to pull the death card up here if I can find it in my deck. I should have actually had this all prepared for you. It's probably the last card. We have definitely seen this card before, so it's not like it's a new thing. Nope, it is not the last card, but I still can't find it. So the Death card is about not hanging on. It's about detaching from outcome. It's about letting go. It's about allowing things that have outlived its usefulness to go past. Okay, there's the Death card. So that's her outer vibration. So she understands what it means to have to let go. She understands what it is to have loved and lost, really. Okay, so that is in her numbers as well. And then if we add the two numbers up, we add the 85 and the 53 vibration, we get a 138. The 138, we add up 13 and 8, and we get a 21 3 vibration as her expression. So her expression, how she finds balance between her inner and outer self, is through that vibration. The 21-3 vibration is connected to the World card. It is also connected to the sun, to the planet Saturn. Okay, so here we go, the World card. And the World card on the Tree of Life is located right here. Let me move this over because I think I'm in the way. Right here, okay? It's on this path between Yesod and Malkuth. Yesod is the path, is the Sephiroth, or circle associated with the moon, so our feeling nature. And Malkuth is the Sephiroth associated with our physical reality, our just the physical world, the entire physical world, okay? And so the path between those two is the path of Saturn, okay? It's the way into the world and it's the way out of the world. And if we were to overlay the human body, this would be the birth canal. So when you have numbers 21-3, we are dealing with giving birth to something on the physical plane, and we certainly know that she's done that. She's written, 12 books, and many of them New York Times bestsellers. So this is no slacker here. She has, and the 21-3 is somebody who works really hard, right? 21-3, and this is how she finds balance between her inner and outer self. It's interesting that she would have been one of the first people to work with AIDS, consciously work with AIDS patients. She brought them food and things like that, and people who, it wasn't just that, she took care of, she nurtured, and she nurtured people who were very sick. She understands death, right? She understands death, and she is sort of a spiritual warrior for taking the actions that maybe nobody else would take in order to come from her heart. Okay, so we have that. Now, her life lesson, your life lesson is something that you come in to learn, and so you may or may not be good at it at the beginning of your life. Her life lesson is a 32/5. And the 32/5 is the Six of Pentacles. Not the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Wands in the deck. And what's interesting about the 32/5 is that it is the path of life for the United States of America. So people who have 32/5s in their chart tend to do very well in America. There's something, actually the word America vibrates to a 32/5. Okay? All right. And so the other thing interesting about this vibration being her path of life and the path of life for America, it is also the shadow of America. So this is America's wound. And we can see that in many ways she has worked on healing the wounds, right? Healing the wounds of America. So, reparations for slavery, taking care of the people that don't get taken care of. She's worked on poverty. I mean, this is the shadow of America. We don't take care of everybody. We say we want everybody to have freedom and a chance to thrive, but there is this sort of cutthroat, dog-eat-dog competitive attitude that America has of the haves and the have-nots. It's not completely what America's about, but it is certainly there, and there certainly has been loss for the native population and Africans who were brought here on slave ships. So there's a lot of healing to be done in America. And this woman has spent her lifetime doing that, really. And so we can see that in the work that she's done up to this point. Will she make a good president? We'll see. We'll see. We'll keep moving on this. Okay, so not only is her soul vibration in Tiphereth, but her life lesson is in Tiphereth as well. And so this is a double heart chakra vibration. Now, we also have her shadow, and the shadow vibration is what somebody comes in to heal. And for her, her shadow is a 4711 vibration. Okay, we get that by adding her name, Marianne, which vibrates to a 39, and add the 8, and we get the 47, right? Yes, 4711 vibration. The 4711 vibration is the 7 of Cups. And the 7 of Cups is a card that deals with illusion, delusion, the 7 deadly sins, being confused, not being able to choose. And so it's actually a card that we often see whenever I do readings about Donald Trump. It's not one of his major numbers, however, but it often comes up with him. And this is the card. You'll recognize it. Okay? Now, this is an 11 vibration. And it's on the Tree of Life. It's located right here in Netzach. Netzach is associated with the planet Venus. And Venus is the planet of the feminine. And it's very interesting that her second book was called A Woman's Worth. Okay? A Woman's Worth. And so she is... your shadow, and if you can heal it, right, is the gift that you give to humanity. And it is an 11 vibration, but it is the only 11 on the Tree of Life that is in the lower part of the tree. The lower part of the tree is made up of Malkuth, Yesod, Hod, and Netzach. And then when we get to Tiphereth, we're actually in the higher. So this is the higher self. These are the lower selves. This is the solar plexus, the sacral chakra, the root. So her wound has been in the solar plexus. And the wound in the solar plexus, especially in Netzach, especially her being a woman, and Venus being the planet associated, is a sense of lack of self-worth. And so she has worked out her own sense of lack of self-worth. Healing that, she is healing the planet, really. And this vibration, people get attached, can get very attached in relationships. This is the vibration of Scorpio. And in her chart, it's interesting, she has Scorpio conjunct her South Node, which is very much a difficulty letting go, a difficulty detachment, of a detaching. And it really takes you till your second Saturn return before you can really move into that North Node. So her South Node is in Leo, her North Node is in Aquarius, and so there we go, another sort of journey towards the humanitarian. And so she is in her chart, in her life, in her numbers, moving into that place of helping the collective deal with their issues, especially their issues around love, right? The heart chakra. So that's very exciting. So one of the things that we can look at in her numbers is right here is looking at her power square and her this is the divine triangle. We have the power square, we have the youth square, we have the wisdom square. The first 27 years of life, the second 27 years of life, the third 27 years of life. She is in her wisdom square. She's 66 years old. Right now she is on a 5 line. Okay, she's on the E here of her name. This is actually the last letter of her first name. And then at 72 she goes into her second name, Deborah. She goes to the D. This 5 on the Tree of Life is right here. She has 5 on the emotional and the intuitive plane. And so she is working through her emotional and intuitive connections. That 5 also connects her to her path of life, the 32-5, which of course is the path of life of the United States and the wound of the United States. And we can see that actually her power square is a 32-5. And so she has learned her lessons, and she has based her power on those lessons. So that's pretty exciting. So this is somebody who's very, very successful. They get to sort of do their life lesson in their power years. Now we have her wisdom years, and we have a 40/4 vibration there. 40/4 vibration is Pisces. And one of her books was, well, two of them actually are kind of Piscean. The Illuminata in 1993, A Return to Prayer, because Pisces is associated with that. And The Law of Divine Compassion, 2012. Compassion is a Pisces energy. And so her wisdom is in the area of compassion. And it's located at Malkuth. I haven't put it here. But her wisdom square is right here in Malkuth. At Malkuth, in Malkuth, you deal with victims and victimization. The other thing that's interesting is that 40/4 is Donald Trump's path of life. And so, in some way, he helps her to heal America. Mostly by exposing the wounds. But it's there. And so, the 40/4 is about building something on the physical plane. 4 is a building vibration. And so whether or not she's going to run, but whether or not she wins is almost immaterial, because what she's doing is she is bringing the awareness of the need for healing into the discourse around this presidential election. And it's exactly the kind of energy that we need. Now, if we look at her personal year down here, and if you can see this, she announced she's in a 26/8 vibration this year, starting in her birthday in 2018. Personal years go from birthday to birthday, so her birthday's in July. So July 8th of 2018, she started a new year vibration for her, 26/8. The 26/8 actually vibrates, sort of resonates with her soul there, the 53/8. And so it's like that 8 vibration is being brought down. As you sow, so shall you reap. It's a karmic time. It's a time of harvest for her. And so, and it is in Malkuth, Malkuth is the earth plane. So things are made real in Malkuth. And so we can see that she has decided to run for president. Her announcement occurred in a 7 vibration. What's interesting about the 7 is that she doesn't have any 7s in her name. So for her, it becomes a karmic number. So announcing for president was sort of a karmic thing. She, I think it was a predestined thing to do for her. And then in 2019, she goes into a 9 vibration. That's up at the top of the tree. That's the 27/9, the Ace of Wands card. And then in 2020, she goes into a 19/1 vibration. And 19/1 vibration is a karmic number. It's like you have agreed to do this before you come into incarnation. This is something that you agreed to do. And so she's starting a whole new cycle. What's interesting about that vibration is it's a vibration where you go on a journey of something that's completely different than you've ever done before. So in a way, it's very possible, I guess, that she could be president. I think it would be amazing, right? You never know. I mean, who thought Donald Trump could be president? I mean, why not with Marianne Williamson? She's a much more loving and intelligent person. Why not her, right? On the election, however, during the election, she's actually in an 18/9 vibration, and 9 is about endings. When Hillary Clinton lost the presidency that year, she was actually in a 9 vibration, and Trump was in an 11 vibration. So he was at the beginning of a cycle, and Hillary was at the end. But this is not her major number that year. Her major number is a 1. And so if not the presidency, certainly this is going to see something new in her life. And so perhaps she will. I know she ran for a state house seat in California before this. So she has some experience with elections. But, she's going for the gusto. And this is a woman, as I said, who goes for it. I mean, you're not going to hold this woman back one way or the other. Okay, and I think she does it for good reason. So that's Marianne Williamson. I mean, we could go on and on about her. She's such an interesting character, but I think for this being the whole idea of the 2020 presidency, I think this is good. So I also have Cory Booker and Tulsi Gabbard that I want to do. I don't know if I'll get to it today, but I hope you enjoyed this. Like and subscribe. If you want a reading like this, you can contact me at my website, theseedsoftransformation.com. This is the kind of reading I would do on you, but I would include astrology as well. So, yeah, okay. This is great talking to you, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.